Let's get back to some of our talk around repeating in the Super Bowl. It's really hard to do, guys. Since 2000, there have been only 3 NFL franchises that have reached the Super Bowl in consecutive years, with the Patriots achieving that feat twice. The Chiefs did get back to the Super Bowl in back-to-back seasons in 2019 and 2020, but New England remains the only team to hoist the Lombardi Trophy in consecutive years over that span, doing it in 03 and 04. So the Rams going to be looking to do exactly that, but they have a challenging road ahead. Look at that. Based on opponents' win percentage last season, the Rams have the toughest schedule in the NFL, as they not only play in the only division with 3 playoff teams from last year, but will also play the AFC West this season. Listen, the NFC West is one thing, y'all, but the AFC West now is a whole different thing. So, Damian, you've won 2 Super Bowls. You know what it's like to be that team on a year after winning the Super Bowls. How tough will this be for the Rams?
It was the hardest year. That 2002 season with the Patriots, it was the hardest year of my pro career.
Wow.
Because what happens is every team plays you like it's their Super Bowl. So you could be watching teams on film, and they could look one way, you're thinking, oh, we're going to run through them. But come game day, they're giving you their A-plus game. So imagine you going through that for 17 games.
Every week.
Every week. There is no bye week. None. Everybody's giving you their best shot. So that's why there hasn't been a repeat since the Patriots of 2003, 2004, because it just, you exert so much energy week after week after week.
It's hard enough to get there one time, much less do it back-to-back years or even twice in one person's career. Robert, what do you think of what the Rams did this offseason to set themselves up?
Well, Laura, I think the Rams hit a double, and unfortunately for myself, I don't know what it feels like to win a Super Bowl and have to go play another season like Damian. So I think it's really hard to get back to the Super Bowl, but the Rams have positioned themselves to do so. Despite losing Von Miller, Andrew Whitworth, Darius Williams, trading away Robert Woods, and having Odell Beckham Jr. still being out there, I feel like they found ways to get better. They went out and got Allen Robinson, who's a true number 1 wide receiver, add him to that room with Cooper Kupp, and then you go out and you add a future Hall of Famer to the middle of your defense in Bobby Wagner, which you could say was probably the weakness of their team last year. So I just think that he fills that void of leadership that Von Miller left when he went to Buffalo. And the Rams, they didn't hit a home run this offseason, but as I said earlier, they're just that piece right now, and they still have Matthew Stafford, who they need to perform like he did in the playoffs when he threw 9 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 4 games, not like he did at the end of last season in the last 4 games, throwing 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions.
Yeah, Robert mentioned Odell Beckham Jr. Adam, he's still a free agent. Is the door still open for him to return to the Rams?
Oh, they like him back.
Yeah.
The issue is it may be a while before he's actually back. And teams know that. They know how great he is. They know what he can bring. And I think he was probably the key player in the Super Bowl. You saw the game change once he went out of it. Once he was injured, the Bengals got back in the game because he meant that much to the Rams. And the Rams would like to bring him back, and other teams may be interested. But we may not see Odell Beckham Jr. till the second half of the season, if that. And so he's not rushing, they're not rushing. And let's also keep in mind, the Rams also have other issues they have to address contractually. Aaron Donald still is not committed fully to playing, even though everybody thinks he'll be back, but there is a contract for him. Cooper Kupp has seen these other wide receiver deals. Odell Beckham Jr. wants to get paid, deserves to get paid. So there are a whole host of issues that are still sitting out there that confront the defending Super Bowl champions.